Needle ma, this machine is out of adjustment and it will skip stitches or it won't sew for us. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to adjust a single sewing machine. For your sewing machine to sew perfectly, whether it's a straight stitch, the widest possible zigzag stitch, or any decorative stitch pattern, the machine must be very well adjusted and relies on two extremely important factors, which are the precise adjustment of the needle bar, specifically the exact height it should descend to and how high it needs to ascend, and finally, the adjustment of the hook mechanism. If either of these two components is out of adjustment or out of time, the machine will skip stitches or simply will not sew at all. It's very important that you watch the entire video so you don't miss out on any crucial adjustment, as in this video I'm going to show you step by step how to properly adjust the needle bar and the rotary hook. Before we start the video, tell me what issues your machines are currently experiencing and I'll respond. Stay until the end of the video because I'll give you some very valuable information, a tip that will be very useful for your sewing machines. Let's start with the first and most crucial thing, the timing of the needle bar adjustment. It's important to remember that the needle bar must descend to a certain point. It cannot go down too much or too little, as it needs to have an adequate height so that the needle can form the stitch together with the hook. We will begin with the adjustment of the needle bar. We are going to remove the cover that conceals the needle bar. On some machines the screw is located here, and on other machines it's at the back. We fully lower the cover with a Phillips head screwdriver using this type of bit, and with the screw we lower the piece. Then we proceed to remove this part. Then we proceed to remove the bobbin case with its bobbin still inside. Next, we take out the openers and lower the hook retainer, and then we're going to lower the hook.
We're going to place the needle at its lowest point, and then we'll analyze the following. Here we can observe that the needle is descending excessively low, which indicates it's improperly adjusted and will result in skipped stitches both when sewing in a straight line and in a zigzag pattern. We can clearly see the hole. The ideal height for the needle bar on your single sewing machines is that the hole should reach up to this specific point right here. This is the feed dog.
The hole must be positioned right in the very center of this specific part. That would be the appropriate and correct height for the needle bar.
In this way, is going to sew perfectly. Now, how exactly are we going to do this? We are going to loosen the screw that secures the needle bar at the very top. Here, you will find the screw that holds the needle bar in place, which is a hexagonal screw, and we are going to loosen it with this number 2 Allen wrench. Insert the wrench and loosen the screw by turning it to the left. Once it's loose, we'll go to the bottom section to raise the bar, ensuring we get the adjustment just right. With the screw already loosened, we'll take hold of the bar and carefully lift it, making the adjustment as previously mentioned, so that the hole precisely divides the impeller's part in two. Here we can see that the bar height is perfectly set. Now we'll go to the top part and retighten the screw that holds the needle bar in place. Without the needle bar moving, dropping or rising, we insert the key and tighten the screw clockwise.
We'll tighten it securely. We don't need to apply too much force so that we don't end up damaging the screw. Just enough pressure.
Now, let's go back down to the bottom. Now, manually, we're going to turn the hand wheel several times. And we can see that when the needle is at its very lowest point, the needle eye now reaches this part. It won't go down any further, which is the proper height for the needle bar.
We need the hole to be in the central part of the impeller, as you can see in the image. This way, the needle bar height adjustment for your single sewing machines will be perfect.
Now we'll flip the machine over and remove the bottom cover. Now we'll loosen this screw, this and this one, then remove this panel. Loosen this screw and remove this cover.
However, then we're going to proceed to remove the back cover, and we can see that we're going to loosen this screw and this one and then the upper ones at the top. We're going to start first with the bottom ones.
We'll continue with these two from the upper part. We're going to loosen them up. Now for the other.
We continue with this screw. We lift so that fabric comes loose, and this screw will just loosen, not remove it entirely, just loosen it a bit. Then we can take off this cover. We move the back cover a little.
and it already comes with these little attachment points for you to move it.
Just start to loosen up and let yourself relax, and then you'll see how the whole thing turns out.
Now, with our machine turned around, we'll locate this part. This is the gear that holds the bobbin case, which has 2 screws we need to loosen. Here's one screw, and here's the second one. We need to loosen both of them a bit to move the bobbin case and set the timing, which I'll show you next.
Alright, now before I explain to you the following, which is the crab adjustment, we're going to set the machine to the widest zigzag, to the largest one, because this particular adjustment is always done with the largest zigzag.
Now, we're now going to explain the following. First, we must ensure the furthest point between this, which is the crab's tip, and the needle's notch, meaning just above its eye. Right now, the needle is on the right drop. Alright, so let's take a look. We turn the hand wheel as we normally would, and we can see that the needle's tip is passing too far below the eye. At this point, the machine is out of adjustment because of the hook timing, and it's going to give us skipped stitches, or it simply won't sew. The tap of the escapement fork, when it's on the right drop, should pass above the eye, more or less right here, at this specific point. So we can clearly see that the escapement fork is currently running behind. We continue to move the balance wheel, and it still passes underneath. Therefore, we must adjust that part.
Because if we move the steering wheel,
We see that on the left side it goes higher than the eye. Here on the left side the machine can work quite effectively for us. But on the right drop, which is the farthest point, we see that it will always pass below the eye, so inevitably the machine will present us with problems when we try to sew. We must loosen the screws located on the back of the gear and then advance it just a little bit so that the tip will pass higher than the eye. So let's go to the back and loosen both screws. With the number 2 Allen key, we will proceed to loosen the first screw, and we're going to loosen it.
We're loosening it a little. We turn the steering wheel. And we found the other screw, the second one. We loosened that one a little bit as well.
We are not letting go of that.
Now let's go to the front. Okay, the screws are already loose. What should we do? Since it's retarded, we need to advance the governor. We're going to take it out, and since the screws are a bit loose, we'll apply some force to this part of the impeller holding the flywheel so we can advance the governor.
We moved it there. We are going to introduce the crab to you all.
and we're going to turn the steering wheel, and we'll see that it fits us perfectly right there.
We can observe by simply moving the hand wheel, the point will then pass well above the eye of the needle, and that is precisely the perfect measurement.
We can see that the adjustment is perfect. Yes, this ensures the machine picks up the stitch at the needle's furthest point, meaning the widest zigzag, but on the right hand drop. Once our machine is set like this, we go to the back and tighten the screws without letting this adjustment move. We move it back, then we lift this piece a little forward and tighten the first screw. We're going to tighten the first screw as long as keeping in mind it doesn't slip off the axle.
We can see each other. It's a little bit outside. So what we need to do is...
So you'll want to slide it a little bit forward, and then we'll tighten this screw. We need to make sure it's firmly tightened, but without applying too much force, so it doesn't accidentally turn. And then we'll proceed with the second screw.
And we see it fits us well. If we turn the steering wheel,
We see that it's moving along well.
Now let's go to the front part to verify that the shuttle hasn't moved on us and that it's still good, just as we did it previously. We check it, then we turn the hand wheel, remember the right drop, and we turn the hand wheel again, and we can see that the adjustment turned out well. We observe that the tip of the shuttle is passing higher than the eye. We continue turning the hand wheel.
Left drop you can go higher. On the left drop you can pass much higher than normal. Again we return to the right drop.
And we see it still passes exactly the same over the eye. Now we'll put the covers and the crab's body on. First we'll place the lid on the back.
This way we make sure that this part right here fits into the tooth plate.
Now pay close attention to the presser foot. You need to operate it carefully in this specific manner. Let's take a look at these sides. And we see it's engaging.
Let's go ahead and tighten up the screw.
It's something that is firmly held in position. We apply very gentle pressure to it, making sure not to press it down too hard. And this is how it should properly appear.
We're turning around. Let's put the screws on the upper section.
Now we will proceed with the installation of the needle bar.
We're moving on to the bottom section. First, we're going to place this part right here.
In this very manner. Is he gonna put the screw in?
We're going to put that section, which goes in this manner.
This one is supposed to go here.
This one is a little bit longer. It's placed right here in this area, and the other one is positioned at the bottom section.
We are now going to install the crab's various pieces. Next, we have the crab's retainer, number 1.
And 2, and then we'll proceed to insert the bobbin case with the bobbin already inside, and it should make a click.
And we're closing it, and just like that, the machine is all ready. All right, now we're going to sew. Let's go ahead and press the pedal. Always remember to use the widest zigzag stitch, the largest one.
We take the needle, turn it over, and we can see that it never skips a stitch.
It's sewing perfectly for us. Now we're going to lower the presser foot.
We're going to bring the needle up and then we'll place it into a straight stitch setting.
And in that same way, it should turn out perfectly for us.
We hand the needle, and then we turn.
And we verify it.
And we can clearly see that it also doesn't produce any skipped stitches.
It sews perfectly whether in zigzag or in a straight stitch. Well, the really important tip or piece of information I wanted to give you is that always, whenever we're going to adjust the machine, the very first step should always be to check, to carefully examine the needle bar's adjustment. We should always start by focusing on the needle bar, making sure it has its appropriate and correct height. Always check that before making any other adjustment or moving any other part. Alright friends, that's it. Remember, if you like this video, give me a like. It's very important for the channel.
To keep uploading content,
Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.